Do you know what actually really boils my blood, riles me up? Men that cheat. Men that cheat. Oh, they make me so angry. One of the first signs that you will know that your man is cheating on you is when he flips the phone over so you can't read the messages that come up. Like, why do you feel the need to hide things? You're not a spy. You're not in the MI5 secret services. Put your phone the right way up so I can see everything that's coming in.
Oh my god. But it's true, if your girl's constantly putting a phone screen down, it is a red flag. It probably means there's something there that she wants to hide from you. Also, what is with the sketchy guy in the back seat? I don't understand. Like, record the video in your car nicely without somebody in the back doing weird stuff. It's distracting. Anyway, let's move on.
Another thing that triggers me is when your man says he's going to go out with a friend and not with the boys. So who's his friend? Because it was a boy.
This is a really good red flag for women as well. If they don't tell you who they're going out with, they say, I'm with a friend. I mean, the implication is very clear. It's probably not a girl. And she is doing sketchy stuff that's relationship destroying. Also, perfect freeze frame. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, hitting all for notifications. If you'd like me to comment on a video, compilation, or maybe you have a Reddit story for me, send the link to theheliosblog@gmail.com. Let's continue.
We say their name. But if it's a friend, you clearly want that good that you should be getting from me. But you want to cheat. Okay.
Also, girls say that they don't like it when you're with other girls, but the irony is that women find men who are good with multiple women attractive. So they say they don't want it, but they only sleep with men that do that. So, I mean, there you go.
Okay. So another red flag that I have a problem with, is when your boyfriend doesn't post you, unless you agreed that you're not going to post each other. But if you don't, why are you laughing?
When your partner doesn't want to post you, I mean, to be honest, your girl shouldn't be on social media anyway, so there shouldn't be any posting at all. It's actually one of the relationship rules that your girl should not have social media. So this one is basically the girl is just saying, why am I not a priority for this guy? Why is he not posting me and showing me off? It must mean that he wants other women to not think that he's with me. This is also true as a red flag for women, right? Like, if the girl doesn't make you a priority in her life, like, it's a very easy way to tell the relationship dynamic. If the girl has as her profile picture herself, and the boy has himself with the girl, you know that the girl rules the relationship, right? But again, your girl shouldn't have social media. So, there you go.
Are you guilty?
No.
Wow.
5 red flags in a relationship. An obsession with social media.
Yes, indeed. Very good guy with tattoos who's very obviously physically fit and in a nice car. Excellent. An obsession with social media is a huge red flag, and the reason is because women who are obsessed with social media are interested in attracting as much male attention as possible. And if they're interested in attracting as much male attention as possible, it means that they're out looking for your replacement. It means there are other men in her DMs, there's other men that are messaging her. She is actively on the market, so she's not your girl. So yes, of course.
Number 2, a lack of communication.
Right, so the girl, lack of communication is one of these, like, womanist things, right? Where they say that if there's something wrong in the relationship, the man is not communicating enough. No, women are the communicators. So your girl should want to communicate with you. She should actively want to try to keep you around. So if she's not doing that, it's a problem.
Number 3, controlling or jealous behavior.
Actually, this is not a red flag. It's not a red flag for a girl to have jealous behavior. In fact, I would say that it's normal, and you should expect jealous behavior from girls, because like 99% of the time, the girl is going to be with you because you're able to get other women. Now, if the controlling behavior though is disrespectful, right? So controlling, like she tries to get you to do what she wants, that is a huge problem, because you should be the leader of the relationship. You should be on top in the relationship, and so she should want control from you, not the other way around. She shouldn't try to control you.
Number 4, bad relationships with friends or family.
This is absolutely a red flag. Bad relationships with friends and family is a huge problem, and here's why. Usually pathological people, what they do is they push people away, right? So if they have trouble maintaining long-term relationships with people, it means that there's something wrong with their personality that pushes people away. If she's a girl and she has no friends that are girls, if she's a user, if she has lots of men that she uses for stuff, and they seem to come and go in her life, yes, these are gigantic red flags, and you should avoid at all costs. Right.
And number 5, gaslighting.
Gaslighting is also a huge problem. So gaslighting is the idea of her denying reality. So for example, she goes and has coffee with one of her male coworkers, and you call her out on it, saying that it's disrespectful, saying that she shouldn't do it, stuff like that. And she says, I didn't go on this, you're crazy, I'd never do anything like that to you, etc. But she did it. That's gaslighting. Or, you know, she cheats on you and does the same, or, you know, stuff like that. That's, yes, of course. And gaslighting is an indicator of very, very, very bad behavior to come. So, obviously, leave.
Babies! Let's talk about some red flags to look out for. Red flag number 1. If y'all are having a conversation, getting to know each other, and you're only asking him questions, he's not asking anything about you, it's because he don't care.
So here's the irony. Usually when girls do compilations like this, they tell on themselves, right? So this girl is... Anyway, so what she's saying is she only dates men who don't really care and that let her talk, and that she wants to ask him a million questions and he's sort of deflecting. Basically, she's implying that the dynamic of the relationship is so skewed that she's always asking him about himself. It's not a red flag for the guy, it's actually a red flag for the girl, indicating that she is punching above her weight class.
He's not shy. He's just not interested. Yeah. Number 2, if y'all are in a relationship or talking and he's constantly bragging about his loyalty, that's a red flag.
If he's bragging about his loyalty, so here's the thing. Men, okay, there's a lot to unpack here. So women say that they're attracted to chivalrous, loyal men, but that actually isn't true. Women usually get into relationships with guys who are cheaters or who have the ability to cheat if they wanted to. Men that have options, right? Now, it is a red flag if your girl constantly talks about how loyal she is, because what it implies is that she's probably not. She's sort of, you know, methinks the woman doth protest too much. Like she is trying to convince herself and you that she's a way that she isn't. That's a red flag to look out for in a woman.
For example, if he's like, babe, this girl came up to me at the mall and I rejected her. Like
Right, so if a girl does that to you, it's a huge red flag. If she says, this guy came up to me and he wanted my phone number and I said no, or this guy tried to kiss me or whatever, what she's actually implying is that she gave that man opportunity to do such a thing. She gave him opportunity to cheat on you, for him to create an opportunity where the girl could cheat on you. And you need to shut that kind of thing down.
I didn't talk to her. And then another girl came up to me at the pool and I told her to like leave me alone because I'm...
So here's the thing. what she's actually implying here is that she's only attracted to men that have this much attention from women. So imagine how attractive a man has to be to get approached by women like this. How many of you men that are watching this get approached by women regularly? I'll bet it's almost none. There's a reason for that. It's because most of us are not in the top 0.001% of men in terms of appearance who get approached by women like this. So she's telling on herself here.
I'm with you. Like, I told her that. Why does he think he needs to get praised for being loyal? As you should. That's a must. Duh.
A woman being loyal is a must, yes. A man being loyal in terms of who he has bedroom fun with, it's different. Men can be loyal to their main girl, but also have girls on the side. That's very possible, because men can have bedroom fun without emotions, whereas women cannot do the same thing. So this is just ridiculous. Okay, let's move on.
Duh. That just shows you that he's not used to giving that energy to people, and that'll show through later on in the relationship.
That's absolutely true. She's actually telling on herself, so and on women in general. So the idea is that if a girl is constantly mentioning how much attention she gets from guys, it means that she's very likely to seek that attention or to take advantage of that attention later on in the relationship. It's attention-seeking behavior, and attention-seeking behavior and impulsivity are two of the worst red flags in women. They are not conducive to successful long-term relationships. Okay. Also, please remember, if you have any comments, right, if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying, please mention in the comment section. That's what it's for. Let's move on.
And all these red flags work the exact same with girls. If any girls that you're dealing with are doing these things, that is also a red flag. It's not.
Now, it's true. I mean, I already mentioned that. But here's the thing. What she's implying here is that there's this egalitarian equalism between men and women, that men and women are the same. And that's actually not true. So the things that men and women need and that men and women find as red flags are actually different. So red flags in men are actually different than red flags in women. So what she was talking about was actually all red flags in women, but not in men, actually. So she's just clueless, right, in that respect, in that regard. But anyway, that's the case there. Let's move on.
Not just guys.
These are red flags to look out for in relationships, part 1. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Timothy Spokes. Don't forget to apply this to your life. Inconsistency.
Inconsistency. If that's a red flag, yes, for a woman, of course. You should want your girl to be devoted to you. So if she says that she has plans or that she has things to do when you want to meet up with her, what it implies is she doesn't care about you, she doesn't respect you, she doesn't have you as a priority in her life. And what that actually further implies is that she has other men she's seeing, and those men are her priority, not you. So yes, that of course, inconsistency is a red flag for that reason.
I can't stress this enough. If a person makes you feel loved one day and then the next day makes you feel like nothing, they're...
Oh, absolutely. What he's describing here is BPD, right? Borderline personality disorder type stuff, right? Where women, some women, of course, it's not all, but some, they have this thing where one moment they're absolutely in love with you, and the next moment it's discard. There's no actual love there. They're incapable of actually feeling feelings properly. That's what he's referring to here.
There is a problem there. There should never be a time where your partner makes you feel like you don't matter. The more consistent...
So here's the thing. Women, like, men and women are different, right? So this guy also believes in egalitarian equalism, right? The idea that men and women are exactly the same, and that the things that men need to do and that women need to do are exactly the same. If a man demonstrates consistency, respectful, nice, chivalrous behavior, he's very likely to get rejected or treated like trash. But if a woman demonstrates loyalty, consistency, and nice behavior consistently, it's actually very likely to be a green flag, and in fact she's likely to get married. So there's not this egalitarian equalist thing. It shouldn't be a thing. But he clearly believes in it. Anyway, please leave me a comment if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying. Let's continue.
Your partner shows that they love and care about you illustrates that it's going to be a good relationship. Trust.
Okay, looks like that's all of the videos there. Let me just go to this here, to this Reddit, and let's see what we find here. All right. Yeah, sure. Let's open this and see what we get here. So this is from everyone's favorite channel. Oh my god, I'm going to probably have to break this down into smaller pieces. But anyway, sure. Here we go. You cannot save those who love to drown, and honestly, it's not worth it. Hello, Queens. Starting strong. I just wanted to share a quick story with you all. Yesterday, while I was out and about in the city, I bumped into an old acquaintance of mine. We briefly chatted about life updates and so on, and then she asked me if she can tell me something because she'd like to hear my advice. This is important. She entered a 2-year toxic relationship with the worst LVM I've ever met like a few weeks ago. Okay, now this is where we get into some interesting territory. So women will always say, they'll always say that they dated a low-value man or a trash can of a man. But if that were true, she would have cut him, she would have dropped him within 2 weeks. But no, they're always dating the trash men for 2 years or more. So, I mean, there you have it. Clearly, he had some qualities that she found attractive that she kept coming back to, because otherwise she wouldn't have been with a guy for 2 years. You see, the words say something different than the actions. Okay, moving on. She told me that a few days ago, during the lunch break, she was chatting with one of the guys who work in her workplace. During the conversation, he brought up the fact that his friend really, really likes her, even though he didn't make any effort to personally talk to her one-on-one or ask her out. That's it. Now she's thinking about going out with him and even hooking up. You'll ask me, what? I know, right? You'll ask me, where is the bar? Apparently, it doesn't exist. Right, so here's a classic thing. A classic thing is that women will be at the end of a relationship and they'll go for what's called a rebound. So like a guy that they'll sort of use for attention, resources, and free access to bedroom fun while they're looking for another man of value. Or what's even more likely is she was with this guy for 2 years, but she was sort of vetting the replacement because she saw that the relationship is over, and she wanted to monkey branch, basically, to jump from that guy to this new guy at work, and she was already setting him up for this. All right. So I immediately told her hell no. First of all, she just ended a horrible relationship. She needs to learn how to vet men so she doesn't end up with low-value man again, improve her self-esteem, and invest time in herself. Again, men, this is code language. When a girl says that her friend or herself needs to invest time in herself, what she's actually saying is she needs to ride the CC more. Second of all, if this man really liked her, he would ask her out. Okay, that's true, yes. Again, if he wanted to, he would. The fact that he asked his friend to tell her that he likes her shows that he's already putting in low effort because he doesn't want her that much. Oh, something else that I wanted to mention is the following. Women are interested, they tend to be interested in men who are less interested in them than they are in the man. So basically, they're only interested in men who are at the top of the dating hierarchy, who have many options, and who don't really care that much about any individual girl. And that's the implication here, I think, is that this guy is probably above her weight class in terms of attractiveness, and she's aiming for him. It's simply better to have a mommy. I'm not gonna read that, but basically she's saying that he's like a power tool or something. Anyway, whatever. Mind you, This man is in his 40s and still playing games like a schoolboy. Oh, here you go. So this is just shaming language, right? It's a sign language. Shame, insults, guilt need to be right. So here's the actual thing. First of all, she's saying a whole post about this man. So clearly she finds him attractive as well. Second of all, a man who's able to play games, as she says, into his 40s, clearly that means he's extremely attractive, right? So he must have resources, but also he must be physically fit, and many women must be attracted to him. So, I mean, that's why she's putting in the effort to talk about him at all, right? She already has a son. Does she want another one? Oh, so this is a red flag, right? Okay, now I really understand what's going on. So this girl's friend is a single mommy, and she wants to get with a guy who's 40, who's established, so he can save her from bad decisions. And her friend thinks that he's low value because he's going to vet her before he gets with her, and he's not that interested. But truth be told, he's probably not that interested because she's a single mother, right? So there you go. He did not make an effort to get to know her. They're basically strangers. Therefore, even if he likes her, it's purely physical. That's right. That's how relationships start with men. If you don't meet the fitness bar, you're not getting anywhere with a man. Attention from men is cheap and abundant, so it's nothing special. That is actually true. But this is actually why women have such an inflated sense of ego. A lot of the times, women will have such a sense of ego because they're getting lots and lots of attention from multiple different men. And because they're getting lots of attention from multiple different men, they believe that they're higher than Beyonce. And of course, it's BS, right? Okay. Again, he's most likely just wanting to sleep with her and enslave her with housework because it's convenient for him, which is not convenient for her at all because additional work, and she's not even going to be satisfied. She's most likely going to give away her body. Because what those men have going on is... He didn't even say a word to her, and yet she's creating those scenarios in her head. Like, it's not real, there's nothing to it. She didn't even think of him that way until she heard that he likes her. Only after that she became interested in him, which is a red flag that points out her low self-esteem and strong need for male validation. Now, here's the thing. Women nowadays, in 2022, yes, it's very often that they have low self-esteem. That's because they're raised in single mother households where they don't have men to give them good boundaries, and lots of them have daddy issues and so on, and drama and problems. This brought me back to my starting point. She doesn't need a relationship or a situationship at the moment. She needs to heal and level up. Okay, so again, this girl is basically saying that the girl needs to go and sleep around to find herself and to heal. And that's apparently the advice here. So it's just, guys, like, it's just ridiculous, frankly. And women, many women tend to be clueless on this topic. Anyway, I think we're going to end it here. So, thanks a lot. Remember to sub on your way out, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.